Major MLB Bombshell alert! The Los Angeles Dodgers are in serious talks to finalize a blockbuster trade with the Boston Red Sox, and it involves a $24 million, two-time All-Star outfielder. Cedin Rafaela could soon be wearing Dodger blue, and the move might come at the cost of Max Muncy, who's been struggling this season. With the Red Sox needing help at first base after Tristan Casas' injury and the Dodgers seeking outfield reinforcements, this trade could be a game-changer for both sides. Is this the spark LA needs for another title run? Let's dive into this breaking news right now. Before we dive into this blockbuster potential deal that could shake up the MLB landscape, don't forget to like this video and hit that subscribe button so you never miss the latest rumors, trades, and behind-the-scenes drama from around the league. Alright, let's get into it because this one could be a game-changer. A new twist is brewing between two of Major League Baseball's most storied franchises. The Los Angeles Dodgers and the Boston Red Sox, two powerhouses with rich histories, loyal fanbases, and serious championship aspirations, are reportedly in discussions that could lead to a surprising, strategic, and possibly season-defining trade. At the heart of it all, one of Boston's most electrifying young outfielders, Cedin Rafaela, and one of L.A.'s struggling yet proven sluggers, Max Muncy. This isn't just another trade rumor. This is a calculated gamble with high stakes, and both teams are feeling the pressure. Let's start with Cedin Rafaela. If you've been following the Red Sox this season, then you already know that Rafaela is one of the brightest defensive talents in their system. The guy is an absolute magician in the outfield. His instincts, his range, his glove, it's all elite. We're talking Gold Glove potential, no doubt about it. He covers ground like a center field shadow, turning doubles into outs and making the impossible look routine. There's a special energy when Rafaela is out there. But as with most young stars making the leap to the big leagues, Rafaela's bat hasn't quite caught up to his glove. He's had a rough go at the plate in his early MLB appearances, struggling to consistently get on base, and he's still working to adjust to major league pitching. There have been flashes, moments where he shows promise, speed, and surprising pop, but consistency has been the missing ingredient. And in Boston, where expectations are sky high and the competition for playing time is fierce, those growing pains are magnified under the Fenway spotlight. Now, here's where things get interesting. The Red Sox have a logjam in the outfield. They've got Jarren Duran playing out of his mind. Tyler O'Neill has been raking. Wiley Abreu is proving he belongs. There just isn't enough room for everyone to thrive, and Rafaela, despite his upside, has found himself on the fringe. Boston needs to balance the roster, and moving a young outfielder in exchange for help elsewhere is not just a luxury, it's a necessity. Enter the Los Angeles Dodgers. A team that is never afraid to make bold moves, the Dodgers have their eyes locked on another World Series run. But despite their star-studded lineup, there are gaps. Depth is crucial for a postseason push, and adding a player like Rafaela could provide them with elite defense and a high-ceiling project that could pay off big time. L.A. loves developing young talent, and under their system, Rafaela might just unlock that next level. But what would it cost? That's where the name Max Muncy starts echoing through the rumor mill. Muncy, a veteran with a long resume of clutch performances and power hitting, has had a tough season. His average is down, the strikeouts are up, and the consistency just hasn't been there. Yet, despite his struggles, Muncy remains an intriguing piece. Why? Because of his experience, his versatility, and most importantly his power. Boston, as it turns out, could use exactly that. With Tristan Casas out for the season due to a devastating injury, the Red Sox have a major hole at first base. They've tried plugging it with different options, but none have truly stuck. Muncy, who can play first and third, offers a potential fix. He might be in a slump, but his track record says he can bounce back. And in the right environment, with regular at-bats and a new challenge, he might just reignite his swing. Let's not forget, this is the same Max Muncy who was once the heartbeat of the Dodgers lineup. The same guy who delivered huge moments in the postseason. The same guy who can hit 30 homers in a season if he gets hot. He brings leadership, playoff experience, and a fire that could really benefit Boston's clubhouse. So you have a young, defensively gifted outfielder with upside and a veteran slugger looking for redemption. On paper, this deal checks boxes for both sides. The Red Sox get an experienced bat to stabilize their infield. The Dodgers get a dynamic defender who can evolve into a long-term asset. But it's more than just logistics. This is about timing, opportunity, and risk. The Dodgers are deep in the NL West battle. Every game matters. Their front office knows that a couple of key moves could make the difference between a wild card exit and another championship banner at Chavez Ravine. They can't afford to stand still. Adding Rafaela now gives them defensive insurance, a late-inning option, and potentially a starter if he blossoms. It's a forward-thinking move, and if anyone can polish a raw gem, it's the Dodgers' development staff. As for Boston, they're walking a tightrope. They're not in full rebuild mode, but they're not a guaranteed playoff team either. This is a transition year, and Chaim Bloom's replacement wants results. Bringing in a guy like Muncy says one thing loud and clear: they're trying to win now. They're not tanking. They're not just playing the kids. They want to compete, and they're willing to move a prospect to do it. Of course, there's always a gamble. Rafaela could turn into a star. Muncy could continue to struggle. But that's the nature of these moves. No trade is ever guaranteed. What matters is whether it aligns with your team's goals and timeline. For Boston, plugging the Casas-sized hole at first with a known commodity might outweigh the risk of losing a still-developing hitter. For L.A., betting on raw talent to elevate their bench or outfield defense might just be what gets them over the hump in October. And this trade, if it happens, would carry emotional weight too. Muncy has been a fan favorite in L.A., a symbol of resilience, toughness, and clutch heroics. Seeing him go would be tough for Dodgers Nation. But in baseball, tough calls are often the right ones. If he can help Boston and find new life in Fenway, it could be a win-win for everyone involved. There are also financial factors at play. Muncy isn't cheap, but he's not outrageously expensive either. His contract could fit into Boston's plans, especially if the Dodgers eat some salary or if additional pieces are added to balance things out. And if Rafaela still has minor league options, it gives the Dodgers flexibility to move him up and down as needed without clogging the active roster. And for fans? This is what we live for. The drama, the speculation, the possibilities. Will Rafaela be wearing Dodger blue before the month is over? Will Muncy be launching moonshots over the Green Monster? Will this trade spark a resurgence for one and a playoff run for the other?